Okay, in 4.2 or 4-2, using x and y intercepts, in the first part, what we're going to do is we're going to find the x and y intercept. That's where it crosses the x-axis and the y-axis. On the first one, notice the x-intercept is right here, and that point is at 2, 0. So 2, 0. Make sure you're putting the parentheses around it. The x-intercept on number 2 is at 4, 0. So 4, 0. And then finally, on the third one down here, the x-intercept is, again, where it crosses the x-axis, and that is at 1, 0. Okay? Notice in all three of those, the y value is 0 for the x-intercept. Now, I want you to realize that, again, the x-intercept, the y value will always be 0. Therefore, now we're going to take a look at the y-intercepts, and inversely, the x value will be 0. So let's go ahead and do those real quick. If we take a look at the first one, oops. Alright, so now on the y-intercepts, notice that this one is up there at positive 4. So that's going to be at 0, 4. Notice it didn't go from 0, 0. We didn't go left or right. We just go straight up. Now on this one, from 0, 0, we go straight down to negative 3. So it's at 0, negative 3. And again, on this one, it's at 0, negative 2. 0, negative 2. And that's how you find the x and y intercepts. Okay, on this one, there are 4 steps, actually 5 steps. We're going to find the intercepts of 2x plus 3y equals 6. We're going to substitute 0 in for y, and then that'll give us the x-intercept. Then we're going to do 0 for x, and that'll give us the y-intercept. And then we're going to use the intercepts to graph the line described by the equation. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to plug in 0 for y. So 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. This cancels out. I'm left with 2x equals 6. Divide both sides by 2, and x is equal to 3. Therefore, my x-intercept is at 3, 0, and we're going to put a dot right there for it. Okay. Now the next one is substitute 0 into x, so it's going to be 2 times 0 plus 3 times y equals 6. Again, 2 times 0 is 0. Bring down your 3y equals 6. If I divide by 3, y is going to equal 2. So therefore, when x is 0, y is 2. So that's about right there. And then we're going to connect the dots as best we can, and there's our equation. Now, I know that this right here and this right here would be very easy to know, or very easy to see, especially when you say, okay, 2 times 3 is 6. But please, please, please show your work going step by step as best as you can. Okay, in this problem, Jennifer started with $50, so that's the starting point, in her savings account. So starting point is right there when x is 0, y is 50. So that's always a starting point. The amount of money in her savings account after X week is represented. Notice that's going to represent decrease. So she starts out with $50. She's going to decrease it by $10 each week. So we need to find the x-intercept, or find the intercepts. So we're going to take our f of x, and instead we're going to put it as y equals 50 minus 10x. Now in this case, I'm going to plug in 0 for x. So y is equal to 50 minus 10 times 0. That cancels out, so I'm left with y is equal to 50. Therefore, when x is 0, y is 50. And that's why I put a dot at 0, 50. Now, the next step is I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to do this. I'm going to erase this right here. Alright. Put that dot back there at 50. Now, I'm going to plug in 0 for y. So instead of y equals 50 minus 10x, I'm going to plug in 0 for y, and I get 50 minus 10x. I'm going to take the 10x to the other side, because when I do that, it's going to make that positive. So I'm left with 10x plus 0 is just 10x equals 50. I'm going to divide both sides by 10, and x equals 5. Oops, sorry, not 50, but 5. Let me erase that right there. So x equals 5. So when x is 5, when y is 0. Now notice, if I connect those, all right, we're talking about weeks and savings. So the maximum number of weeks I can go is 5. I can't go any further, otherwise I run out of money. And at 0 weeks, I have $50. So what does each intercept represent? Well, notice the first one is 0, 50. And your x are your weeks. These are your x values, these are your y values. So when I have 0 weeks, okay, let me erase that real quick. So when I have 0 weeks, I will have $50 in my savings account. That's what this first one means. But now, what does this one mean right here? Well, that means in 5 weeks, I will have $0. So I will be out of money in 5 weeks. And that's how you interpret the x and y intercept in the context of the problem. So in 5 weeks, Jennifer has spent all her money and she will have $0 in her bank account.